This is the P-51 Mustang, and it is quite a nice model. It's an older one, and all these lines are actually raised panel lines. The propeller does turn. Here you can see the detail for the gun belt. They had 9 yards, hence they're saying give it the full 9 yards. 9 yards of belts. You can see the gun. I've added a few extra little details in there. And got our port light, starboard light, got some fuel tanks on here. Here you can see the cockpit and our figure. This I think is supposed to move backwards and forwards, but I always prefer that it doesn't. Let's see if we can see inside there. Probably not. On the underside here, we have the wheel wells. As you can see, I've added some additional details here, including the retracts for the wheel wells, for the wheel well covers. And here's our tail wheel. I've also sprayed some oil stains behind the exhaust and across the trail behind the gun. There are 3 guns that one was a bit recessed, the innermost one. And then I painted it with an acrylic dark black wash to give it a dirty look. This model review is of the P-51D Mustang. It is a 1/48 scale model by Revell. This is a model I've already completed, and so I'll show you the instructions and then the model, the details of the model. Here are the colors needed. You start off with the cockpit, and that's all assembled into the fuselage as well as the exhausts. The other side is then built, tail wheel, and then the cockpit is, sorry, the fuselage is then assembled. And you can also have the gun port open or close. So when they were reloading the guns, they put in the whole 9 yards, as they say. They would go into that gun port there. The wings are then assembled, and the gun is also put in there if you want to. Next we have fuel tanks going in, and then our landing gear are put on, as well as the wheel covers. And some additional parts for the fuselage, including the air intake, and when the fuselage is put on the wings, elevators put on, as well as the propeller. That's then mounted, including the canopy, and we have our pilot. So here's the one option, the 343rd Fighter Squadron. And here's the one that I went with, which is the big beautiful doll. Has that checker fold in the front. And when you're putting those decals on, you have to make sure that you cut those, otherwise it will not go down correctly. I actually ended up cutting most of the way, almost the way through.